Hi guys, what's up? This is Manas and it's going to be another tutorial in this series based on isometric views. And here is the problem for which we need to create an isometric view. Well, you know very well an isometric view is a multi-dimensional view in which all the three dimensions can be seen at the same time and their measures can be taken directly from it. So this over here which you see is the front view, and this over here is the top view for a certain object. The object is elusive. We don't know how the object actually looks, but we're gonna figure out, and at the end of this tutorial you'll find out how this object actually looks. Okay, so this over here front view, this top view. Let's see and let's work out as to what is the length and breadth of this object. So this over here is the top view of the object, and this is what you call the length, equivalent to 80 millimeters, and this is 40, that is breadth. So initially we're gonna kick off by drawing a straight line, a baseline. I call it a baseline. Okay, so this is going to be a baseline, and through this baseline I'm going to draw two lines, one towards the right and the other one towards the right and the other one towards the left. Okay, and both of them are going to be inclined at an angle of 30 degrees each. Okay, so this line over here is for length, this line over here is for breadth. Length has been given to us as 80 millimeters, so let's draw this quickly. 80 millimeters. Okay, so this is an 80 millimeters long line, guys. Alright, if you want to check, you can make a check. That's 80. Alright, so we're going to draw one more line of 40 millimeters. So that's a 40 millimeter long line. The next step is to keep your drafters along this line. Okay, make sure that you have tightened the screw, then bring your adapter from this point to this point over here. Alright, draw a line this way. It should be absolutely parallel to this one. Then keep your drafters along this line, tighten the screw, shift your drafters towards this point, draw a line, and that's it. So now we have created the base. Now guys, if you can clearly see that this base has a certain amount of height, or you can say that there is a platform of 10 millimeter high. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a platform. This is 10 millimeters. Alright, and let's create a platform immediately. So this is going to be upstairs 10 millimeters, and same stuff over here 10. This is also 10. You can carry this operation with the help of a drafter very easily, and then all these points are to be joined with the help of a line. Alright, it's pretty easy. Now that we have created this platform, and in order to reduce and in order to bring more clarity into this construction, I'm going to delete these so-called lines or edges which will not be visible in this isometric view. Okay, that's it. Now the picture is very clear, and above this we are going to create this overall top view. So we're going to start off with this point over here. This point you see corresponds to this point in isometric view. So this is going to be 10, then 25, and then 10, and this distance over here vertically downwards it's going to be 40. This is 40, and 40 minus of 10 will give you 30. So 10, 25, 10, and this is going to be 30. Again, I'm reiterating 10, 25, 10, and this is 30. Alright, so let's do it. 10. Then have 25. You'll see the lines. Then again 10. Okay, and then over here this distance is going to be 30 millimeters. All right, so that's it, guys. Okay, now if you can see this this distance, this over here, okay, this over here is 10 plus 25 is 35, and 35 plus 10 is equivalent to 45. So alright, so this length over here is 45 millimeters. So let's draw this line also, and it should look something like this. Exactly. Alright, now the next step is to keep your drafter over here. Okay, tighten the screw, and you've already made these points over here, one at a distance of 10, this was the point, other at a distance of 25 from this point over here. And where is the point? I cannot find it. Is it this one? Yeah. That's the point. Now guys, you can say that we have created actually this so-called profile, alright, and this is still left, so this is 10 millimeters, alright. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go 10 from 10 downwards over here, okay, 10 in this direction. Let's do this. 10. That's it. And the next step is to go a distance of, this is how much, so this is distance is, so this is 80, and this is going to be 80 minus of 45, so 80 minus 45 is going to be 35. Alright, so this is going to be 35 millimeters long, right? Okay, that's the top view created over here, and the circle won't look like a circle when you make its isometric view, rather it would look some kind of an ellipse. Okay, so we'll be taking that part also, but before that let me give height to all these points over here. Now if you try to move from this point, these 4 points are here, okay, and if you go straight, you'll see that these points are at a height of 25 millimeters. These points are at a height of 25 millimeters. Already we have traveled a distance of 10 millimeters above. The total height is 35, so 35 minus 10 will give you 25. So all these points are supposed to be given a height of 25 millimeters, all these points. Okay, now these points correspond to this point corresponds to this point, and you have to go above by a height of 25 millimeters. So let's do this quickly. Why wait? All right, 25, absolutely vertical, and now that's it. It's going to be pretty easy if you're using a mini drafter for this purpose, and a roller scale also serves the purpose, but I would advise you guys to make use of a drafter. Alright, so now you see these lines over here, these lines from the front. Okay, so I'm going to make these lines, this point to this point, from this guy over here to this guy. Same is the case over here also. Alright, so what's next? So you can clearly see that this edge over here, so there are actually two edges over here, one at the front and one at the back. Similarly for this edge, there are actually two edges, one at the front over here, okay, one at the front and one at the back, one at the front and one at the back. Let us join these two edges, okay, by these two so-called lines, and let's do this quickly. Alright, so this has been done, and let's see what else can be done. Okay, alright, you can see this declination over here, starting from this point, and we will continue till this point. Okay, so this is going to look something like this. Please watch. From this point we need to start until it reaches here. And one more thing, same stuff has to be repeated. You can keep your drafters aligned along this line, and then tighten the screw, then move your drafters towards this side, and then draw a line from this point that we've already made. Alright, so this is the slope, and the one more thing that you can do is to join this point with this guy. That's it. That pretty much gives it a 3D effect. Alright, now for clarity guys, I'm going to delete this line to have a better clarity, and this line also I'm going to delete this. Please don't mind. Alright, so let's delete this also. Let's delete right now. No, let's not delete it right away. Let's keep it for some time. Okay, now let's worry about this guy, this circle. Now this center of this circle is at a height of I shouldn't say it as a height. Center lies at a distance of 15 millimeters from this edge over here. Alright, so that means the distance of this point over here is also 15 millimeters. Okay, now let's look at the front view. If you look at the front view, you can clearly see that the center is towards the right, at a distance of 15 millimeters. Okay, this is absolutely straight. Okay, that's absolutely straight. Okay, now this is 15 and this is 15, so that's exactly how we are going to locate the center. Okay, and then we're going to figure out how the isometric view of a circle is going to be made. So let's do this. This is going to be 15 steps. And then towards this side. So that's the center. Now in this center, what we're going to do is we'll create a point over here. Make sure you have a point over here. Alright. And with this as center, I need to draw an isometric circle. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you what method I'm going to adopt. Let me zoom out of this. Now this center, or this circle I should say, is appearing in the top view. So we need to create a circle in an horizontal plane. Okay, and this method of creating a circle in an horizontal plane, I've already explained you guys this method. If you have seen my video based on isometric view of a circle, or how to create isometric views of a circle on different planes, for example, this is a horizontal plane and this one over here is a vertical plane, in which an isometric circle has been made. So guys, if you haven't seen the video, do watch it. It's pretty good, and you're going to find it very easy to implement this concept. Okay, so let's implement this concept. Okay, now what we're going to do is we need to move 15 millimeters. Now let's see what is the diameter of the circle. So the diameter of the circle has been given as 10. Phi is a symbol for expressing diameter. The diameter is 10. That means the radius is 5 millimeters, half of diameter. So what we're going to do is, please watch the steps, and it's self-explanatory. This is going to be 5 millimeters in this direction. Okay. Alright. And then 5 millimeters in this opposite direction also. Alright. Then 5 millimeters again in this direction. And then 5 millimeters in this direction also. The left, towards the left hand side, precisely. So we need to draw a circle, an isometric circle into this. It's gonna be, you have to be very precise, you have to be very focused for carrying this out. Alright, so watch the steps, and eventually you're gonna see everything happening with pretty much no fuss. That's it. This whole thing can happen easily with the help of a drafter. You guys can watch it. Let me do this way. Alright, now this is a sort of a parallelogram, you can say, or a rhombus, into which we're gonna inscribe an ellipse. Why I'm telling it an ellipse? Because the isometric view of a circle is in fact an ellipse. Alright, so what we're gonna do is, please look at this smaller diagonal over here, smaller diagonal. I'm gonna join this corner with the center of the opposite side. Same step again. Alright, what's happening? Okay, this corner with the opposite side's center. Same stuff again, from this corner towards the opposite side's center, and same stuff, opposite side's corner. Okay, now this is what you call the 4 center method for constructing the isometric view of a circle. This is not an exact method, but an approximate method, and the results are pretty good. Okay, now what we're going to do is, we'll take this guy as center. I'm zooming in, this guy as center, and this much as the radius, and we're going to draw an arc. Then we're going to take this guy as center and this as the radius, and then we're going to draw an arc again. Okay, please watch. This as center, this as radius, rotate it until it reaches somewhere here. So that's the arc. Okay, alright. Now please watch. This as center and this as radius, rotate it until it reaches somewhere here. That's the arc. Now this as center and this as radius, this much. Okay, from this point to this point, this is the radius. Rotate it until it reaches somewhere here. That's the arc. And we're going to repeat this step. taking this guy as the center and this guy as the radius, and let's rotate it until it reaches somewhere here. So this is the isometric view of a circle. Let's darken this. Alright, fine. So that's done. Alright, it's looking pretty good, I must say. Alright, so we have a few more things to do. And so what about this semicircle? Semicircle is also part of a circle that is supposed to be drawn over here. And how can that be done? Now this particular semicircle is appearing in the front view. That means it has to be drawn on a vertical plane, and for that I'm going to be using this guy. Okay, so this is how I'm going to be making the construction. Alright, so let's do this quickly. Now guys, over here this is 25. From this point to this point, this is 25. Alright, so the center is going to be somewhere here, 12.5 to the left and 12.5 to the right. Alright, that okay, fine. Okay, the same thing from this point. All right, then we're gonna go upstairs, 12.5. Then we're gonna go downstairs, 12.5. Now for having better clarity, I'm gonna delete this right now. I'm gonna make it appear after some time, but right now I'm deleting this also to have better clarity. All right guys, so don't be confused. And pardon me for doing this. Alright, so let's continue. So we've created a vertical plane. We have created, really. Let's see. Keep your drafters along this line. Okay. Bring it downwards, draw a line, take it upwards, draw a line. Alright. Now the next step is to keep your drafters along this line over here. Alright. Along this line. This is sufficient. And then tighten the screw. Move it sideways towards this direction, move it rightwards towards this direction. So now we have created this so-called vertical plane. Now guys, let me make it more clearer for you guys. Okay, let us for now delete. Should we delete this or should we not? Let us leave it. Now let us focus towards the smaller, so-called smaller diagonal. So this is the smaller diagonal and these are the two corners. Now from these two corners we are going to draw lines which are going to intersect the opposite sides, or I should say bisect the opposite two sides. So let's do this. That's the point and that's the point I'm looking after. Okay, same stuff from this point also. Alright, center of the opposite side. Alright, now we need to draw a semicircle, and for that the step is going to be pretty easy. We're going to take this guy as the center, this guy is the center, and this much as the radius. We're going to rotate this and we're going to ensure that it comes into contact over here. So that's some portion of our semicircle. Alright, the other portion of our semicircle can be drawn by taking this guy as the center and this much as the radius. Alright, that's it. Let's make sure it intersects the right point. Alright, so we have this, and let me darken this to have a pretty much realistic look at this. Alright, so that's our semicircle. Alright, so that's how this orthographic circle looks in an isometric view. Alright, we are pretty much done with this, and let's add a few final touches. So guys, for now I'm going to be deleting these so-called construction. Okay, so you guys can reverse the video, take the video in the backward direction, and learn how the construction was done. For now I'm going to be deleting this, all these stuff. Okay, the next step. Okay, please follow the next step. It's going to be pretty easy. For that, what I'm going to do is, let me draw this line which I had erased a few moments back. Okay, alright. So what needs to be done is, guys, the semicircle at the back. Okay, so we have to form a semicircle at the back also. So there is a shortcut for doing so. Let me tell you what the shortcut is. So there is one semicircle over here, and there is one more semicircle right behind by a distance of, let us see, this is going to be 30 millimeters from this point to this point. Okay, so we are going to we're going to make several points 30 millimeters away. So one is over here, other one is over here, keep your scales, other one is over here. So all these points that I am making right now are 30 millimeters away. Alright, so these points, you see, these are points are 30 millimeters away from this semicircle. So these points are going to lie on the semicircle at the back. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, you can keep your you need to draw this with the help of a free sketch. Okay, something like this. Just follow how my the cursor is moving. Okay, and it's going to finally look something like this. I'm going to show you how it looks. Something like this. Alright, I believe that you've understood the point. Okay, and now I'm going to chop off this portion because it's not going to be visible. Alright, only this much portion of the semicircle at the back will be visible. So this is pretty much the isometric view of this figure. And to give it some final touches, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to make use of an edge pencil. Okay, rather I'm going to darken the portion. You guys can make use of an edge pencil for doing so. And let me do this. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. And there must be one confusion lingering in your mind, that there was a hole over here. So this is some kind of a drill portion, and this hole is having a diameter of 10 millimeters. And just like this semicircle portion over here, some portion of the semicircle at the back was also visible. You guys can have a doubt in your mind that some portion of this circle right at the bottom may be visible. So let's figure out whether some portion will really be visible or not. Now this platform had a height of, let me check how much the height is. This height of the platform was 10 millimeters. Okay, so this is the hole, okay, the drilled portion. And so we're going to go down below by 10 millimeters, and then we're going to figure out as to whether the circle would really appear or not. So this is going to be 10 millimeters. All right, let me back to normal. Now let's see whether this circle really appears at the bottom or not. All right, so you can do the same construction down below also. I'm gonna just simply copy. No guys, the circle at the bottom does not appear, so there is absolutely no need to draw it. Okay, you guys can skip this step. Alright, but you need to always check, because in some problems you're gonna have to draw some portion of the circle at the bottom also. Alright, so that's pretty much it guys, and if you have any doubts or queries, you can write them down in the comment section below. I'll be very happy to answer them and respond in the best possible way. So guys, that was all from my side. This is Manas Patnaik signing off. Take care and keep drawing.